Hello, welcome to a new series. So, surprisingly, the Otter of My Life series was surprisingly successful after a few months. I say successful in the way that it got like 20 views on most videos. And I'm like, what if I do another furry dating sim? Will that get the same results? Maybe, maybe not. This one I could just put boobs in the picture and I'll get a bunch of views. So there's that. Um, as usual. I'm not going into this game completely blind. I'm gonna go somewhat slowly through the text here so you can read it if you want. But I'll basically explain it. These the people you're set to train a bunch of people. You just got out of military school and they're mana addicted, and you're training them in magic to and making sure they're no longer mana addicted. So, what happens here first is you're introduced to a bunch of characters that you'll eventually get to know. Um, you know, and I'm gonna try and do most of the routes in this series. It's gonna take a bit because this is a little bit of a long game. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I have to say for the intro to this game. Um, but I think it's a very good game. I haven't beaten it yet. Basically, what happens here is a guard tries to act like he's the boss, and blah blah blah. He explains some of the rules here. And shit. He insults them, of course, and then wait for it. Uh, Lunette here goes up, walks to him, and just straight up, wait for it. Threatens him, obviously, and then attacks him. And then the guard backs off. Um, man, I'm such a good narrator, aren't I? um, man. You you finally step in and try and figure out what the hell to do. So you you get your sword out and you're like, bitch, why the hell? And then you get the first choice: talk some sense into her, or just stall for time. Let's talk some sense into her. And then she kind of ignores it. And basically, here's where you are standing. You're not like the highest person here, but you're above the guards. And so you're technically in charge of the guards. So a guard just taking command for no reason was kind of a bad idea. So then suddenly someone steps in, and it is the headmaster. And they save you basically. They say basically, how did a guard do this? And then you take the blame for it. And then they were like, no, I know it was one of the guards. And they're basically a no nonsense kind of person. And so slowly we're gonna be introduced to the characters, and I might use a little thing to help to try and get the endings. But basically, here, let me show you this. Each character has their own stat that you go for: romantic, charm, courage, loyalty. Then over time, you lose energy or gain fatigue, and lose or gain gold through different events. And those are the stats you have to manage within the game. And basically, she punishes the guard for fucking up. And yeah, she just gives an explanation of what's going on. I forgot how long this intro is. Could skip this, but I do like you guys to, figure out what's going on as well. It's just kind of a long explanation. And then basically, Naoma puts you in charge. And now you assume command. And you're like, okay, everyone get out of my sight. I'll deal with you later. So this is your basic screen. You get to see your energy, your fatigue, gold, and this is where there are many options usually on the board you get to choose from. And right now there's only one option because you're going to go one by one and get introduced to each person. And here is, I believe, Lucy. I'm not good with names, so I'm not going to get it right 100% of the time. But your character is known as Aster. Yes, they complain about the fact that they were brought here against their will, but they're here because they need to be rehabilitated because they have an addiction. Also, some of the choices are gonna be like this. Go hard or take it easy. So, greatest wording for sex puns ever. Let's go hard. Yes, and you give them a test. And you question whether or not Lucy is actually mana addicted because they don't go insane when they try to use mana. Still on day 0. And you get introduced to the next student, Clarice. Clarice. Oh yes, you personally and uh, Naomi are annoyed when people are not on time. Clarice, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Clarice. And they basically give their explanation. They're like, holy shit, I get to learn magic? Um, and then she's like, cool, I didn't know that's what was gonna happen here. And basically, the next choice is, does she have to learn physical training as well as magical? I say yes, because, you know, you must be proficient in mind and body, even though personally I am not. And they're disappointed. And they're like, okay, I guess I have to. And you get into a small practice fight. And you obviously win. And then there's your last student, Lunette. She is disappointed in the crap that we use for training. And she's like, do you know who I am, bitch? And I'm like, really? Don't you have a file or some shit? And they're like, no, Mistress has the file. I don't. And then they're like, okay, Ned. And they say they're from the Renegades. Supposedly, they're like a big, powerful mafia clan. And they do shit. I don't know. Now we have choice to instruct them with force or carefully. Let us use force. I don't want to take it as softy or some bitch. I do like how in this game, compared to other dating sims I've played, this one is animated. You know, with blinking eyes and everything. In comparison to last few, which just had still images, which nothing against those games. They're great games. It's just I can also appreciate the art and the time and the effort it took to make this. God, I wonder if we're gonna make it to day fucking 1. And basically, you get into a fight, and they're like, they push you, knock him to the ground. She pushes him off. She pushes you off. And then she's like, don't touch me, bitch. And that was how the test went. Still on day 0. Elma. And so we go for our weekly reports. And they explain themselves. And you're like, good news. You know, most of the people were fine today. And keep an eye on Lunette because, you know, they attacked the guard. And then you're like, is she not addicted? And then she's like, no. slams on the desk. What the fuck do you mean? They're mana addicted. Okay. And you're like, okay. He says, keep going. And then you explain lastly, Clarizy. And they ask if, hey, can I do a test on you? I will comply. Close your eyes, and then they put the hands on the side of your head. They ask you, who do you wish to serve? What have you been ordered to do? And lastly, what have you been hired to do? They're like, there's no betrayal. Oh, I'm like, why did you assume I'm betraying you? And I guess loading. Okay. So now we're on day 2 for some reason. It's the morning. My stats are now -20 for everything and loyalty at 40. And this is just the game telling me what to do. Okay, so I have 4 choices here. Buy alcohol, and control, learn magic, train with the squad. Let us learn magic. Alright, that's the afternoon. So, here are 2 ways you can rest up along with buying alcohol. You can sleep, you can gamble, you can buy alcohol, you can take a walk, and I think there's, oh yeah, erotic magazine. Those are the ways to regain energy and lose fatigue. But also, usually you lose gold. Except gambling, which is random. You can lose or gain gold. But I'm pretty sure we're going for, at least this first round, I think I'm going to go for Lunette. And that requires courage, which you get from the magic class. And here we have a choice. Alcohol, erotic magazine, sleep. And get an erotic magazine, and then Lucy just appears, and they're like, fuck. And you hide it behind your back. They're like, I need to go somewhere. What are you reading? And they're like, nothing. And I'm pretty sure Lucy actually knows what's going down. And you still gain 3 energy and lose 5 fatigue. You also still lose 20 gold for buying it. So I think I'm gonna stop on day 5. But yeah, we're going for courage. Now we can do office work as an option, which increases our loyalty. I rarely do it, so I might as well. Ah, Kira. I haven't been introduced to this character yet in my first playthrough. Ah, this is my first time with this encounter, so... A4. Let us do magic again. Yeah, what the hell not? And evening. For a walk with Lunette. And you're like, I'm finally getting to understand Lunette. So, and I spot Lunette walking towards the park. And you follow her. complains, when you ask, and you're like, I'm on my break. I'm not here to do shit. She complains about the other people. And then she brings up her issues. And you can ask, is it about her addiction or about her clan? I'm gonna ask about her clan. She's like, I have to hold clan, and I'm being held here. It's my will. She's I want to do whatever the hell I want. And you get a sense of her backstory. You encourage her to do what she wants, to be free. Alright, now that we're on day 5, I'm doing pretty well on my, I guess, Lunette route. And I'm going to save the second file here. The first file is for me and my friends. And I guess this is where I'll end the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And watch my other videos if you like. Stay tuned for more.